InShalla and Ashe. Blessings to you, everybody. Hey, sorry, the show's a little late. Holistic medium and subtle energy surgeon here, Tonya D. And as always, welcome to my daily snippet. I kind of muse about the elemental realm, the realm of spirit, the cosmic highway, the galactic frontier. Sometimes I pull a card or two. I talk about angelic beings, and sometimes beings in the unseen realm. I might channel in a few of those as well. But today is a day of being in the body and analyzing the structures of our belief system in our body, energetic or physical in reality, really. But before we go there, let's muse about the elemental realm. And wow, can you see all the fire energy of the day? The heart, our keynote center, our small intestine, the body's ability to actually absorb nutrients. So if you have nutrient deficiencies and it shows up as redness on your skin or in the skin or on the skin, it's kind of a combination. Can be wrinkles on your forehead if you have excess heart or red blood circulation. So I'm talking about energy here. I'm not a doctor. I would say I'm more of this mystic, metaphysical, musing kind of energetic healer on different pathways. But I look at these charts to bring my clients actually into balance. So what's missing here in this chart? And mind you, I don't do the hour because that changes. But what we're missing literally is the energy of wood or nature. And also when I do my cowrie shell divinations, nature is the realm of magic. It's the world of transformation, where the change needs to occur or shift, plus other elements, as well as I give a otherworldly kind of prescription to bring the balance actually into the transformation to get things moving. So change is always in motion. Nothing is ever at a standstill. That's the nature of the nature energy, right? Or actually all of it, really. Even a thought can become a thing, but we definitely need the shift of the element of wood. So maybe ask yourself, where is it that I need to transform or change? And actually, it could really be a variety of things. Change in perspective, faith, relationships, love, a narrative you tell yourself, right? There's endless possibilities, really. And the horse on the branch is actually freedom. If you've ever watched a horse in the freedom of nature, right? They're spectacular. Or maybe you've ridden a horse into the depths of the mountains with no fences to bound you in, no container. You really get this authentic feeling of freedom. So wood energy or the element is also, it's the spring, it's lush green, it's the east. It's actually bringing in or grounding into the element of wood is also going to make some of the energy from the energy of metal or mineral. It's going to kind of take some of that away, give it a job in a way, or chip at it. The wood kind of, they're opposing forces basically. So metal for this person or for this day is actually a representation of wealth. If you create it or if it's a resource that's actually coming to you. Or proper wealth or improper wealth. You know, I always think of Bernie Madoff when I think of improper wealth. Scandalous wealth, right? But the wood element is also like vital energy in the body. If I was going to do a session on this person, I would probably work on the liver and the gallbladder, releasing the anger and the resentment, and open the door to possibilities and ideas that are more innovative. I would be working with two colors of light. I would be working with green on the acupuncture points, and I'd also be working with red to actually boost the center or the fluid in the body, vitality, energy, something that you can't be seen but can be felt. Red light's also the root center, green light for the heart. So, you know, or red light on the acupuncture points for the heart. So just, like I said, a combination of probably red and green light kind of feels like a Christmas tree in a way, right? But I'm going to possibly go live tomorrow with my light machine. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do this on my iPhone, maybe probably just on YouTube. I'll probably have to see how that goes. I might even have to download it and re-upload it. We'll see. So for today, it's a great day to find your inner nature. Feed the flames of your passion. Get creative in your output. The cosmic highway is one of detaching from our structure within us in our belief systems. What's the shaman mama? Well, we have a system of beliefs, a narrative in our personal curveball, right? From our personal experiences, the village we live in, our environment, our culture, even beliefs we inherited from our ancestors, our parents, even our elders, or even actually leaders and mentors, right? So we also, like the galactic universe and also like nature, we are always expanding. The element of wood is always expanding and growing, or it's expansion and growth. Fire is active, it's spirit, it's like electricity, it's lightning. So if you're in a space of limited thinking or feeling cramped, like you can't fit into your body, for example, it's either going to feel like you're reliving, or it's going to feel like freedom from those limiting ways. Maybe you felt like you wanted to actually do something new this morning. Maybe you wanted to go be social, connect with community today. I'm actually doing the show late today, so I have to kind of go back and muse about the thoughts at that time this morning. So last year, it's like, where was I last year about myself? An opinion of who I am in the last year, and expanding on that, or also to create the growth of your inner beliefs and expanding on those. And kind of they come into light today. So I was kind of musing this morning under the last light of the full moon. It wasn't quite full, but it was pretty full. And it was also still really bright up there in the sky. Not quite as bright, but it was kind of early, at least for me. I'm not a morning person. So glimmering into the past, where was I then to where am I now? And when we shine our light or see our light in a new way, our brilliance, we see ourselves differently in different perspectives. And oftentimes we'll see ourselves or different aspects of our life even that we might have missed out on somehow, or just missed in general. So it's this organic form. And when we're in this organic state, in the moment to moment, we have this inner curiosity or a desire that kind of rises up and filters through our subconscious to kind of be a driving force to learn a different way or a new way of making decisions or being creative. So if you feel like you're in an unpredictable kind of situation, the random happenings of life that, sometimes we find ourselves in, it's often just the universe itself, the galactic universe, sending us a memo. So we usually have no idea how we end up in just random places or situations. But once we open the door and once we arrive through the door, oftentimes we get the memo pretty quickly. So if your dial is on repeat, you're going to see the habits that you have formed kind of over the last year, those patterns. So we kind of go through this reflective self-realization of what those habits are, or even the beliefs about our inner self, your beingness. Where have you fallen into? So for myself, I spent all of 2020 being in a state of curiosity and questioning everything, questioning the narrative. Common sense seemed to have left the planet. So there's lots of our inspiration from those experiences. Even other people's opinions, along with our own personal desires to really kind of please the outer world, Many of our beliefs that have kind of fallen upon us. So all of that's kind of a choice to continue believing things about ourselves that falls upon us entirely, right? So seeing ourselves, our beliefs, or even our attitudes, or a combination, the ones that have that we've fallen into, we get to open up the cupboard. Old Mother Hubbard opened the cupboard and kind of look at them. But at the same time, we can also see the different ingredients that fell out as well. So the way to inspire is really to add a new ingredient by opening our mind and seeing things in a new light, a new vision, a new way, and explore all of the happenings that from that space has taken shape to the system of what we call beliefs. And opinions to me are amazing. I really like to stay curious in different experiences, climbing into your skin, Do you like who the person you are being is? So it's kind of a time to recalibrate and learn about yourself on the inside. Who is it that you're becoming to yourself or being to yourself? If you feel as if you are on the wheel like a hamster, or do you feel stagnant and stuck, maybe lackluster, it's time to try something different, especially today. So if you're somebody who runs on the treadmill, go for a walk outdoors, go for a hike if you haven't ever tried it, right? Any new activity. I would actually suggest going on a vision quest and just allowing and seeing actually where it takes you. Even like being pulled out or meeting new people, expanding, having a perspective from a mountaintop view. We see everything in our world from like a different angle, a different perspective. So looking around with just a new aspect, a new point of view. That's kind of what I do in my cowrie shell divinations. I'm looking for a otherworldly point of view, actually. So I think a vision quest really kind of feels and sounds the best. And what we learn about ourselves creates like major growth in our own personal garden. So I would say follow your curiosity, explore new theories, even those conspiracy ones or otherwise, even the otherworldly ones. Be open-minded, question everything. So it really is time to transform and restructure different energies. Consciously curious and just restructure different aspects of living. What is that, right? So healing these different energetic disruptions, transmuting any discomfort or dis-ease in the physical, emotional, mental, and even the spiritual realms. It could be anything. So I feel like a vision quest with, our third eye is actually open today. So you kind of want to feel into your heart what you're open to receive and see if you can commit to the story, the narrative, Is it innovative enough? Is it transformative enough? And even just with the third eye being online, it's blues, it's royalty blue, it's oceanic blue, it's the sky blue, the heavenly realm, the galaxy, indigos, I bet some indigo children are kind of online today. So with all of that, definitely go on a quest, right? And what have you learned through your relationships today? Maybe you had an experience in a relationship and you're forcing yourself to heal an aspect of your ego your ego story. So it's really, if all the things to be today, something awesome to be is to be kind. Be kind to yourself so you can attract kindness to yourself. So do you believe your intention was golden today? And you want to adjust your heart in different places where it actually feels more congruent or in line. It's a day to like open up our creativity. Or maybe your mind comes up with, a new chess play around an old move. So there's new perspectives out there. They're kind of abundant, They might possibly lead us to an old belief that's actually being transformed in our channel of our heart center. The love life we were supposed to live or the one we're supposed to have, you can transform that old narrative and it'll actually shift your heart space as well. So the seed sound of the day is actually wisdom, water, and the intuition, which is fire. It's actually a blend of Om. So for me, it's the sound of silence. I love that song by Disturbed. I probably play it way too often. But I would probably just actually hum randomly throughout the day. And then there's some seed sound of the elementals. I'm going to start bringing those in as well. So nature or wood is like the shh, like the shishing of a little child when you want them to shh, calm down or maybe be quiet. So for ourselves, we could maybe quiet our mind with a little shh sound. The angelic realm, who do we have online? So I was kind of guided to Raguel and Uriel earlier today. Raguel's like the friend of God. It's like you've got a friend, like a galactic universal friend. It's a cheery angelic being that sees over our relationships, our group, our social order, finding friends that actually support our higher interests, even our goals. Who doesn't need friends like that, right? He also assists in healing and deepening and even improving existing relationships, the narrative, even the platonic loves or romantic ones as well. He's really this divine peacekeeper. He kind of For me, he kind of feels like he resonates with the element and the energy of water, in a way, actually. So if you're highly sensitive, I would call on him. He kind of wards against the chaos and the stress. He nurtures our clairsentience abilities. He just has this really soothing, feel-good, peacekeeping kind of energy. Brings in the clarity. So kind of just feel into that. Another one, Uriel, the light of God. This one I love is actually, you know what? I can honestly say they all are juicy to me. Uriel, the light of God. He's the illuminator of the out of the blue moments. I felt called to him today. Maybe he can give you some insight into it, like having your own aha moment of creating a new perspective, some insight on something that feels less than inside of you, where you can look at it with new eyes. Even if you're feeling like guilty or resentful or, whatever it is, blame, shame game, all that stuff, just allow him to kind of intervene and start a new thread line, create a new channel into your aspects, and just light up your beingness, illuminate the good and the goody stuff, right? So this is kind of funny. I'm sorry I didn't pull up the other stuff, but I pulled, I went back to my Shadowscape deck. This is actually just, I only pulled one card, my bad. But I went back with the Shadowscape cards. They really feel etheric to me, or ethereal. I kind of like that space. So this is the Nine of Cups reversed. I don't know if you can tell. It's silver. I don't know if this, yeah, it looks pretty good. Oh gosh, my nails even match. How funny is that? Okay. So the Nine of Cups, it was reversed, which is fine. I think everything sometimes needs the opposing forces, a new perspective, right? Some key words for this card, it is water. But water can still be exciting. It can be satisfying, right? Satiated, right? Enjoyment, reward, abundance. It can be arrogance too, right? Pleasure, material happiness, dreams coming true, a perfect relationship or a marriage. But the card itself, as you look at it, it's kind of this seducing with some pleasure, a wish coming true. It is reversed, but the wish is kind of like right there. I don't know if you can see the cup at the bottom there. But the fish themselves, they're a symbol of health, prosperity, good fortune. This is kind of this good feeling kind of card, a secure future with actually having good fortune. It feels kind of Chinesey to me. I don't know why. Or even like a bonus idea for that matter. I mean, look at all the fish. It's abundant, good health. The 9 actually represents integrity, one of my favorite words. And even completedness, 9, you're at the end of the cycle, almost. But you're there. It's like the final stage or chapter or something that you're actually creating and developing. It can also bring some challenges because nothing in life could be that easy, right? If it was, I'd question it. But the experience itself, it has those opposing measures, the opposite. Those are important aspects because they are just another perspective into the card, into the wishing well, right? So shows this kind of dreamy tendency, simple enjoyment, just simple pleasures of life itself. On the physical side, it's a symbol of having full satisfaction with all of our senses, the ones we traditionally talk about, sight, taste, I almost wanted to say sound because to me that's a sense, hearing, smell, touch, yeah. So it's a sign that actually encourages us to find different satisfaction and different pleasures in enjoying all the aspects, not just within our senses, but also in being embodied. An ability to actually communicate water with the natural world, the Earth Mother, sharing, the Earth Mother shares her wealth and her prosperity too. And being right now, we're actually in the harvest. We're kind of heading into it. Things are created, or things we have created in the past year are actually coming to the harvest now. That's kind of how that works, cycles, secular. It's also, this card is actually, I thought was funny, is referred to as the wish card. So bring your dreams, your wishes into reality on a day like today. Wish it in that higher perspective. It's also stability and it's also progress. So it's the joy and the happiness, peace, joy, and happiness, integrity. This is probably my card now that I say all this out loud. But I think it's important to be in the joy of what you have accomplished or achieved so far, along with, knowing you're on a stable foundation for your future. Let all the dreary and the worry kind of stuff in the past, just kind of leave them there. And allow the future to just illuminate, what's waiting for you in front of you. Kind of, I just saw a thing with, can't remember his name. Anyway, he sees himself 10 years from now. That's who he chases. Oh, crap. It's one of the actors. But anyway, this card is also an omen of happiness and good things that are coming. So it's like fruition. It also means that what you want will actually be more likely to come into your life. It kind of is this good news card. It could be business things, unexpected results within your family and relationship with your family. But like all the things that you secretly long for is actually opening the door to receive them. So you might gain fame or success. But it's also like kind of watch out for what you wish for as well. Sometimes we get satisfied too soon with what we have. You want the success, you want the recognition, the status, the rewards, all the stuff, right? But you don't want to sacrifice yourself and try too hard to achieve it. Another thing I thought was curious in terms of the love aspect. So it's kind of like an announcement of like redirecting, restreaming the current phase of any of your relationships. And you can definitely go further into the future. Maybe you have had fits of anger, moments of them, where you and your partner at this moment actually start understanding each other in a more sincere, authentic way, maybe deeper sympathy that you're actually to share between the two of you. If you're single, however, it's actually an opportunity for an ideal time or a mate to find a potential love, meet new people, express yourself with more confidence in your inner and your outer. So you can attract the person that actually vibrates at the same frequency as you are. In work, if you're struggling or you want to let go, you kind of want to think carefully. The desire for achievements is really kind of on the cusp, but you will be recognized. Maybe your work changes in a good way. It becomes more proficient. Proficient. Instead of like worry, hang on to the good in the gooder, the excitement, if a project feels stagnant, it's going to, it's slow and forming. So it still will reap the fruits of your labor. You just kind of have to hang in there. Don't give up. Even problems related to finance are also going to shift into a positive, more lucrative water kind of direction where you get to reap those higher successes. However, don't go spend a bunch of money. You kind of need to learn how to save and how to be balanced. So all of these expectations actually, it's like riding the wave into the future. And I love these cards. They're so beautiful. Also, just be aware that greed is actually an investment as well. It could actually lead to financial loss. So I think this is just like being authentically grateful for abundance, be in the joy, connect with spirit, or have a relationship with spirit. I feel like that's the narrative of the world right now as we've lost connection to the realm of spirit, whatever that is for you. It could be your ancestors. It could be the Wetames. It could be angelic beings. It could be an animal totem. Just a different state or a higher state of satisfaction, whatever that is for you, your own personal, my virtues, peace, joy. I threw in love, proud of myself, happiness, integrity. I always go there. Some affirmations to get you on your way. With water, I would say something like, I am open, or I am open to the fluidity of life. Say that one 5 times, right? Wanted to get the water in there, the fluidity. Or I am tuning into my intuition, my third eye, right? That's an aspect of intuition. my vision quest, and authentically believing in myself from my heart in congruence. With all of that, InShalla and Ashe, I'll be on time tomorrow. And as always, I will see you on the other side. Blessings.